Every off-grid monthly expense breakdown I found before I moved out here had the same problem. It was written by someone at a different stage than the person reading it. The person who had been off-grid for 10 years with paid off land and a paid off system showing a $400 monthly budget wasn't lying, but they also weren't accounting for the decade of capital investment that produced that number or the years of system failures that preceded the reliability they now take for granted. And I'm going to show you three different off grid expenses profiles. Someone in year one still building out systems, and somewhere in year three with the infrastructure established, and someone in year eight with everything paid off. All three are very real, and all three are honest. And understanding which one applies to your situation will tell you more about your financial reality of this lifestyle than any single number can ever solve. The year one profile, which it actually costs to start. Year one off grid is an expensive year, disguised as a cheap one. The headline monthly expenses often looked modest. No mortgage if you bought land cash, and no utility bills because the solar system is running. But the capital expenditures that produce the most modest monthly numbers is still being paid off. And the irregular large expenses of a system being stress tested for the first time are arriving on a schedule you didn't plan for. And here's what year one looks like with honest accounting for a single person on a rural property with land purchased outright and an off grid system newly installed. Property taxes divided by 12 run roughly $100 to $150 per month for a modest rural acreage in most affordable states. And food and groceries in year one before the garden is productive, before the preservations routines are established, and before you figured out which local food sources could save you the most money. They run about $250 to $350 per month for one person eating reasonably well. Transportation to and from town for supplies, appointments, and the inevitable hardware store runs that year one generates constantly. $200 to $300 per month in fuel and vehicle costs when you're driving a round trip of 30 minutes or more to the nearest town. Internet via satellite, $80 to $120 a month. A phone, 40 to 160 or 40 to $60 a month. Not 160. That's a lot of fucking money. And now the category that most off-grid content skips, the system installation debt service. If your solar system or your water well or your initial infrastructure costs 25,000, a conservative estimate for a functional basic setup, and you're paying that off over 5 years, that's $420 per month in principal and interest at current rates. And building supplies for ongoing construction in year one almost always involve projects that weren't fully budgeted and materials that needed replacing and tools that had to be purchased. Budget $200 to $400 per month for this category in year one, and you'll be close. Unexpected repairs and system failures, too, is another one. $150 to $300 a month as a realistic average when you're learning a new system and encountering its first year failure modes. Year one, honest monthly total for one person, 1450, to $2,100, not counting any remaining debt on land or the cost of the infrastructure investment itself. That's a real number and a significant one. And it's also temporary. The year three profile, when it starts making sense. By year three, several expensive categories have resolved or reduced. The garden is producing meaningfully, and not eliminating the grocery budget, but reducing it by $80 to $150 per month during the growing season. And these systems are past their first year failure rate and running more reliably. And you've learned which hardware store trips can be batched and which town runs can be combined, reducing transportation costs. The building construction is mostly complete, eliminating or dramatically reducing that monthly budget line. And here's what year three looks like for the same person. Property tax, $120 per month. Food, $180 to $250 per month, accounting for the garden production during growing months and full grocery purchases in winter. Transportation, $150 to $200 per month as trips have reduced and routines have optimized. Internet, $80 to $120 per month. This one doesn't go down. And phone, $40 to $60 a month because that one's still the same. System debt service, if still paying 420 per month unchanged. Maintenance and repair fund 100 to 150 per month. Lower than year 1 as the system is more stable. And miscellaneous supplies and consumables 75 to $100 per month. And year 3, honestly, monthly total for one person with system debt about 1165 to 1420 per month. Without system debt, if the infrastructure was purchased cash or is now paid off, 745 to $1,000 per month. The gap between those two numbers represents the financial case for buying the infrastructure outright if you have the capital to do so, rather than financing it and paying the carrying costs for years. The year 3 budget is where the lifestyle starts to look financially compelling compared to conventional housing in most markets. $1,000 per month for housing plus utilities plus transportation and a self-sufficient rural setup is genuinely lower than the equivalent costs in most urban or suburban environments. And it's building towards the year 8 number that makes off-grid living look like one of the best financial decisions available. Let me see here. Let me think. What was that next one we were going to cover on? It is the year 8 profile. The number everybody shows and nobody explains. Year 8 is what the 400 monthly budget content is describing. The land is paid off. The solar system is paid off. The infrastructure is mature and maintained and running reliably on the experience of 8 years of living with it. The garden is producing at maximum efficiency and the routines are optimized. The big capital expenses of getting established are behind you, and the compounding benefits of ownership without debt are fully realized. And here's what year 8 looks like. Property taxes still unchanged at $120 per month. Food with a productive garden, $150 to $200 a month annually, averaged less in the summer and more in the winter. Average lands here for most people producing seriously. And transportation, $120 to $150 per month, lower because you know the rhythm and plan trips efficiently. Internet, 80 to 120, that's unchanged, and so is your phone at $40 per month. Maintain an ongoing repair fund, $120, $25 per month. This category doesn't disappear, it just becomes predictable. Systems age and components wear, and a funded maintenance reserve prevents the large unexpected expenses that caught you off guard in years 1 and 2. And miscellaneous, $50 to $75 per month. Year 8, honestly, the honest monthly budget is $685 to $820 per month. And that's the number. And it's real, but it represents 8 years of capital investment, system learning, skill building, and an infrastructure development that produced it. It's not available on day one. It's the destination of a trajectory, not the starting point. The categories every off grid budget forgets, regardless of which year profile applies to your situation. Three expenses categories appears in almost no off grid budget content and appears in every actual off grid life. Healthcare and medical expenses don't decrease because you move to a rural property. They frequently increase in practical costs because the nearest provider is further away. Specialist care requires more travel, and the physical demands of the lifestyle create wear and injury patterns that urban sedentary living doesn't, budget $100 to $300 per month for health insurance if you're on an individual plan, and a separate emergency medical fund that is the most category most off-grid budgets omit, and the one that most frequently creates financial crisis. Vehicle maintenance and eventual replacement is the expense that sneaks up on off grid households more than almost any other. Rural driving on an unpaved roads accelerates vehicle wear dramatically. And the heavy duty trucks required to tow haul and handle the property has higher maintenance costs and higher fuel consumption than the sedan most people owned before. Budget $200 to $300 per month as a vehicle fund that covers current maintenance and saves towards the eventual replacement. The $3,000 transmission repair that arrives without warning is not a crisis if you've been saving $250 per month. It's withdrawals from a fund that was built for exactly this: personal and professional development. Courses, books, tools for learning new skills, and the occasional trip to connect with the community and avoid the isolation that compounds over years of rural living is an expense that matters for quality of life and resilience in ways that pure financial optimization ignores. Budget 50 to $150 or to $100 per month and spend it. The self-sufficiency skills you build and the social connection you maintain are infrastructure as surely as the solar panels. Numbers that actually answer the questions. There's no single honest monthly number for off grid living because the number depends entirely on where you are in the journey, what infrastructure you've built, and what debt you're carrying, and what your specific location and lifestyle requires. What is honest though, year one costs more than most content admits. Year three is where it starts making sense, and year eight is where the financial case becomes undeniably, and the trajectory from year one to year eight is the product of consistent investment, deliberate skill building, and the willingness to absorb the early costs in exchange for the long term ones. Go in knowing all three numbers, and the journey makes sense. Go in expecting the year eight number in year one, and the gap between expectation and reality will be the most expensive thing about the entire experience. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out this video up here on the right. It also goes along with your tiny off-grid experiences here. And I can't wait to see you guys on the next one. We have a lot to cover. Have a good day.